A good day to you, and I hope you are doing well. Today's tutorial is on installing DBeaver, creating your first SQLite database in DBeaver, and populating that database with your first table. This tutorial will focus on the Windows operating system, and we will start with the steps outlined here. So our first step is to open our browser and go to this website here. The link is already provided in the PDF, and this PDF will be shared in the description below. So upon right clicking and opening the new tab, you have this. The next step is under the DBeaver Community Edition, choose the Windows installer. So we can just scroll down here. We see Windows installer. So you click, and when you click, it starts to download. After the installer is done, you can open File, and then proceed with the installation process. So we go to OK, next, agree. For me, and you can select these two and go to next. Make sure that you have enough space to install the required files, and then we can go to next again. And then we go to finish, and just like that we have installed DBeaver. So the next step is to open DBeaver after installation to make sure it works. So because we added it to our desktop, we can just click on it there and we see it open. Okay, so this is the DBeaver interface, and we'll go to the second part of the tutorial where we'll create our first SQLite database in DBeaver. So open DBeaver, we've done that. Click the new database connection button, which is the plug icon on the top left. And in the list of database types, search for and select SQLite. So this is new database connection. Then we look for SQLite. Here it is. So once we click it, we go to next. Then the next step is to, under database file, click browse and choose a location. Example, desktop. So we have to come here, open, and then we choose a location. Now, even though it will do it on the desktop, let's create a folder just to make it more SQLite DB. So we have created it, and we named our database file testdb. So over here they said school.db, but we have used testdb. So after that, you can just go to finish, and then you see here under database navigator that this database has been created. So usually when you do that, you will have this pop-up here asking you to download some missing driver files. So you can just force download and download them just like that. Okay. So once you do that, then you're able to have a view of the things or the data in the database. Okay. So once you've done that, you have successfully created your database, your SQLite database in DBeaver. Then our next point is to create a table and populate that table in our database. And to do that, we first need to create an SQL script linked to our database. So the step here is to right click on the database name. So ours is test.db. Click on SQL editor and then go to new SQL script. So let's do that. So we right click on testdb, we go to SQL editor, then we go to new SQL script. So that opens this script here for us, and we're able to type in our code. So just like the way we did with the online SQL editor, we will type in our code for creating a table here. So we just go ahead and type create table students, we have ID as an integer, which is the primary key. Then we have name as a text, age as an integer, grade as text, and then we can close this. So you select the code and then you click the execute button here. So once you click it, you see that this statistics here shows. So you basically added this table to your database. When you come here, you should see so perhaps we need to just refresh this. Okay, so let's go to refresh, and then we see our students table here. Okay, so we go back to the script, and now let's add in some values in our data. So we do insert into students, and then we choose the columns we want to insert into. So let's say we want to just insert name, age, and grade. Then the values we want to insert. So let's say we want Amma, age 19, and she had A. We have Frimpong, age 20, and he had B. We have Amos, age 17, and he has C. And then we have Magdalene, age 23, and she has A. Okay, this is just for example. So we just have to select the code and then click on execute. And just like that, we have added to our data. So how do we look at the values in our table? We do select star from students. Okay, then you execute, and then we see our tables here. So this is the guide you need to be able to install and use DBeaver for your assignments and for your practice with databases. I wish you all the best, and don't forget to drop a comment or like the video if it was helpful for you.